Solving fraction division problems. It's kind of a three-step process to attack or to address a fraction division problem. The first thing that we need to try to do is draw a picture. So through the description and the problem, we try to draw a picture to help guide our answer. Number two, once we need to find the answer. And then number three, we need to take that answer, kind of plug it back into the problem or the situation just to make sure that it makes sense. Kind of the same idea of like an estimate, like when we estimate to guide our answer. That's why we go back and we check our answer just to make sure that it makes sense and it sounds reasonable. Let's look at an example problem here. There's a half of a bag of food for my 5 dogs. If they each need the same amount, how much does each dog get? So I already drew a picture, and I need to divide my food into 5 equal sections for the dogs. So I'm going to go through, do my best here. Fifths are sometimes tricky to draw. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't look too bad. Now if I extend these out, and I take a look at my picture here, I can also say that, so I have 5/10 food, and I need to split that up for my 5 dogs. So each dog, if I have 5/10 and I have 5 dogs, each dog then looks like it would get 1/10 of the food, because I take my 5/10 and each dog would get one little piece down here. So that would be, for one dog, that would be 1 out of 10. So each dog gets 1/10. All right, so I think back of the steps to attack a problem. I drew my picture, I kind of came up with an answer, and now I need to check it. Let's see if this makes sense. So if I have 5 dogs and they each get 1/10, that would be 1/10 times 5 equals, now when we do this, we can multiply straight across, and we get 5/10. And I do know that 5/10 is the same as a half, so by the looks of things, we did it exactly how we needed to. And each dog looks like they're going to get 1/10 of the bag of dog food. Let's look at our next question here. I have 1/3 of a gallon of ice cream for Darby and her 8 friends to eat. How much ice cream should each person get if they split it evenly? Now, a couple things we need to figure out here before we really jump into the question. I need to figure out how many people are eating this ice cream and how much ice cream it is that I have. Now, I did take an opportunity to already mark some of those important things. So we're looking first at how many people. So we have Darby and her 8 friends, so that actually makes a total of 9 people are sharing what looks to be 1/3 of a gallon. So if I write my problem here, it looks like I need to do 1/3 divided by 9. So let me take a chance here and draw my picture here for the situation. All right, so take a look at my picture here. So I started by drawing my 1/3, and then I split it. It's chocolate ice cream, of course. Every kid likes chocolate. And I split it into 9 equal pieces. So that's down here. Now what I also did was I put in where the 2/3 line would be, and then I took my 9ths that I split my chocolate into, and I just extended the line up. So let's look at this picture and see what it shows us here. This is 1/3 the ice cream, which also, after I cut this picture up, looks to be the same as 9/27, which I wrote over here on the left. So now it looks like I can rewrite my problem. I need to take 9/27 and I need to divide it equally between 9 kids. Or if I look down at my picture, each child would get 1 section. Well, 1 section would be 1 out of the total 27 that would have been if it was a full ice cream. So it looks like either by counting with the picture or by thinking about this problem, if I have 9/27 and need to split it or divide by 9, that would give me 1/27. So now I need to check my answer and make sure that it makes sense. So you can see here in the pink, we have 1/27 times the 9 people that will be eating it equals, and when you multiply, we can put that 1 underneath the 9, we go straight across, we get 9/27. So 9/27 I found to be what we call an equivalent fraction to 1/3. So it looks like our work was successful and we found the right answer. So it looks like by drawing the picture, what we can do is we can find an equivalent fraction for our original fraction that we had up here for our 1/3. We find an equivalent fraction that we can easily divide by to make the question work. Such as here, we took 1/3 here and we rewrote it as 9/27. The reason why that worked out to be nice was because 1/3 divided by 9 seemed a little tricky, but when we rewrote it as 9/27 divided by 9, it looked to be a little easier because you can divide 9/27 quite simply into 9 equal groups, which is how we got that 1/27. So our picture helps us find an equivalent fraction that we can then easily divide up to figure out our answer. I hope this helps.